Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here with Stephan Bonnar, who takes on Tito Ortiz November 15th in the Bellator bout noted as Tito versus Bonnar. I was going to call you Tito because I have Tito on my mind, but no, Stephan. Look, the change already happens in his eyes. Stephan, I thought you were happily retired, so what is it that made you come out, and really what were the major factors that made you consider coming back and fighting again?
Just a big marquee fight against a big name. The guy's definitely a legend in the sport, huge name, and three, like, I can't stand the guy. He's a piece of shit, and I'm sick of being all proper and nice and saying the right things. I want to let it out, let the world know how I really feel about this person, and then I get to fight him too. So yeah, no more fakeness, and oh yeah, what an honor. He's such a great champion and true. Everyone's sick of hearing that. The guy's a douchebag, and I can't stand him.
Is this something that's been building up for years, that you wanted to say the things you're saying back when you were in the UFC, but you're kind of worried about saying certain things because of how the UFC acts towards some of their athletes that do voice out their opinion?
Well, I always wanted to fight someone I couldn't stand. Most of the guys I fight, I didn't know, or when I did get to know them, they were all right dudes, you know? And I'm just thinking back to the guys I fought over the years. Sam Hoger, I mean, he may have some sticky fingers, but he's actually an all right good guy. We're pretty cool now. Jardine, he turned out to be, he looks like Satan, but nicest dude ever, you know? Rashad, great guy. Forrest, great guy. Tito Ortiz, bad guy.
What stemmed all this? Because you came out and you could have called Rampage out, you could have called King out.
Look on it. Are you kidding me?
What was like the genesis of all this, though? You know, when was it when you realized, in your opinion, that he wasn't a good guy?
I always knew deep down in my heart, but, you know, after hearing it from guys who know him for 10, 20 years, lots of people, guys who made him a lot of money and he screwed over, yeah, but where it all stemmed from, let me go back. It was UFC 33 when it first got back on pay-per-view. It was a really exciting moment. I was just getting into my fight career myself. I think it was like 2001, right before I had my first pro fights, and I had people over. I was so excited for it, and he was the main event, and he fought Madashenko, and it was the boringest fight ever. The whole card sucked, but he could have saved it. He could have saved that card, and he didn't. He chose to have the most boring fight ever, and then he paraded around afterwards like he was the greatest thing. And I had to defend the sport to my friends. I had to be like, no, this is an awesome sport. Trust me. They're like, this is bullcrap. Give me my $5 back. You know, I was poor at the time, so I had, everyone chipping $5 and sitting there giving $5 bills back, saying, no, you don't understand. This is a cool sport, man. I'm telling you, this is the most exciting. This is the best sport ever. No, this is lame. That guy just laid on the other guy for 25 minutes, didn't do anything. All right, so that's where it started, okay? And then the whole beating Guy Metzger, flipping off Ken Shamrock, hey, that's a little disrespectful. Beating Ken Shamrock, putting on the I Killed Kenny shirt, oh, it's a little disrespectful. Beating Vitor, split decision, could have went to Vitor, but he got a takedown. You know, and then he paraded around like he just like destroyed him and started talking shit to Chuck. Chuck came in, reminded him, hey, I already knocked you out. And he goes, oh yeah, let me start talking shit to Ken Slamcock. And I'm like, oh, man, this guy's a jerk, you know? Okay. This is like 2005 now, right?
So it's been penting up then for a while.
Building up, 2001, 2005, and then, and then hearing from all his friends and managers about how he screwed them over and won't pay people and just a miser and gets comp bottles and charges his friends that, like, what? And profits off them? The bottles are free and you're charging your friends money? God!
Stephan, I overheard you say that you talked to Dana about this fight and he kind of gave you a blessing. That's kind of unheard of, because I know I don't know if it's a combination of because it's Tito and you're fighting him, you kind of want to extract some joy from that. But talk to me about that. Talk to me about the phone call.
Not much to it. I didn't want to burn any bridges. I got this offer.
But when you got the offer, did you call him right away? How'd that phone conversation go?
Well, I hit him up just over text and let him know that, yeah, I got the pretty crazy offer that Bellator was interested in me fighting Tito. And, obviously I didn't want to burn any bridges and wanted to know what he thought of it. And he wished me the best and beating the shit out of him, making a lot of money.
Is he still texting you about the fight, like giving you motivation or anything like that?
No. I mean, it's Bellator. They're rivals, and keep it separate. But I know deep down he'll be pulling for me.
Now, transitioning over to your training, as any fighter, a fighter ages and they have to change their training. Talk to me how, with you aging, how have you changed training, if you change anything at all?
I mean, I just go in the gym and do my best every day. And yeah, some days are good and some days you're a little flat and realize, hey, I got to get a good night's sleep. And, today isn't my day. My muscles are flat. I'm not totally recovered. My resting heart rate was high in the morning. Let me take an ice bath, get a good night's sleep, and suck it up tomorrow and see where I can push tomorrow.
For you, was it hard to get the reflexes back, to get the conditioning back, going into those first days of camp?
Yeah, it's definitely hard. Yeah, I mean, you forget how freaking hard it is. But, now it's finally, the cardio's, finally, it's a lot better now. And, things are coming along. And that's all you got to do. You got to go through it. You got to go through the heaving and barfing, pushing yourself to puke. And then after a month or so then magically you're not puking anymore. And things are good.
Looking at this Bellator fight, this isn't the only fight that you have a contract for. Is this like a one-and-done deal, or you have a multiple fight deal with them?
Yeah, I got a 3-fight deal with them.
And is that is there a cap on like how many years, or it's just 3 fights and there's no re-sign clause?
I remember off the top of my head, but yeah, it's a 3-fight deal, and I got a plan, so I got to go in there and perform, and
what's the plan?
Put on a show, and after that you'll find out.
On a closing note, I know you're a big figure in MMA and you have a really dedicated fan base. What would you say to the fan that is kind of still questioning what happened after the Anderson Silva fight, and they feel that you retired and it kind of became like a free pass, not serving time for the suspension that you maybe would have gotten if you would have competed here in the U.S.?
I don't know. I've been out for 2 years. I didn't plan on coming back, so whatever. If you hate me, go buy some punishment gear and root for Tito.